Ugh.
We'll call this meeting of Woods County Industrial Development Authority to order Wednesday, December 11, 2013, 8 a.m. Looks like we have a quorum. Item number 2, approval and disapproval of minutes of September 11, 2013 regular meeting.
I read them over, I'll make a motion to be approved.
Second.
I'm gonna look them over for just a minute here.
Okay.
I looked them over when she emailed them, but
It's been a while.
yeah, I think the day I got it, I think.
Morning,
Come
Rick.
on
Howdy,
in.
howdy.
How you doing today?
Good morning, Rick.
Hello.
You don't pass this now. Or that one, doesn't matter.
Marcus, how are you?
I took a bath.
Wow, Mr.
You've
Chairman.
been out in the cold.
Sorry about that, was my invention.
Warm heart, buddy, warm heart.
Didn't feel like it.
You're right, you probably won't get anything for Christmas.
We're just on,
You didn't shake his hand, did you?
we were just on item 2.
All right.
This is where we've got 2.
Yeah, we're just looking at the minutes there. Okay.
All right, we got a motion and a second. I was just reading them when you walked in.
Yes, our motion is on the floor
Yeah, we have a motion and a second.
to
Approved.
approve.
I'm sorry.
Approved.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm ready.
We have a motion and a second. We'll entertain a roll call vote. Bob?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Bryce?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Motion passed. Item number 3, approve and disapprove of financial reports. Anything exotic we need to know about here?
No, a lot of it'll be, been covered here, we'll cover it on down. But no, there's nothing exotic on here. Everybody is current. Things are rocking
Get a
and rolling.
copy of that.
I'll let you have that one, and then I'll go make a copy before you leave, if that's okay.
Sure.
Well, actually, since Richard's not here, I'll give you his.
Okay.
I'll swap you. The only thing that is not reflected on there is the interest income from Big Man. I don't have that amount yet from Terry Ross, but they'll be billed for that today. So, and we generally have it by the 15th, because they pay that annually.
Move to approve financials.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote. Bob?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Bryce?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Motion approved. Item number 4, action on payment of outstanding bills.
We have the pledge, this committee's pledge to the committee. And then
How much is that?
7,500. And then it's December, so we divvy up, per our agreement with the Winoka Industrial Authority, the rental income on the Winoka Incubator. And for this year, Woods County Economic Development Committee's portion is $3,037.50. The Winoka Industrial Authority portion of the land is $1,012.50. And their portion of the debt repayment is $5,062.50. That's a total to them of $6,075. The remaining stays with us, and that goes to make our last community bank payment which on their financial statement, it shows the principal balance. I do not have what it is with the interest. It's like $7,000. Our portion of what is left is,
That's 787.
right, that's what's due to community. But we have the repairs and maintenance, which is $6,075. That stays with us. And then half of the debt repayment, which would be $5,062.50. For a total of $11,137.50. So, and then our payment is paid off to the bank, and the rest of it we keep for repairs and maintenance. And it starts cycling over. And then once the Winoka Industrial Authority is to get me their cost on what they contributed to that. Stan Bixler's trying to get that for me. Once their debt is repaid on what they've contributed, then the full amount of the debt repayment will come to this committee, or this authority. So that's all I have.
So the total bills is 11,000 something.
Well,
Did you say?
7,500 for the committee,
Yeah, okay.
and then from that, there's $3,037.50, and then the Winoka Industrial Authority is $6,075. They will come from two different accounts, which I don't have. I'll get the other check.
Okay, so what's our total dollar figure? I think that's what Bob was trying to get at. What we actually need to prove
The
today.
pledge is a 7,500, and
Right.
the other one was 11, did you
I'll have
say?
to add them up for you.
Who is the pledge to?
The pledge is to
To
Woods
the-
County Economic
Woods-
Development Committee. What if I'm making error in addition? I have $16,612.50.
16,000,
612.50.
612.50.
I believe that's right.
Plus the 75 pledge. 16,612.
We got anything else besides that? Basically, our payment back to the community.
You don't have any pledges in there to transfer? Nothing?
Nope, not yet. We just rebuilt
Okay.
fourth quarter, so.
I move to approve the bills.
I'll second.
Do we need to approve which accounts are coming out of to pay or anything, or is that fine for you to do?
That's fine. The two of them. Yeah, the Winoka Incubator will come out of the Winoka Incubator account.
Okay.
In the amount of $16,612.50.
Yeah,
Total. That's
but
total.
that's the total.
Yeah,
Yes,
to be paid.
to be paid.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call vote. Bob?
Yes.
Rick?
Yes.
Bryce?
Yes.
Mike? Motion approved. Item 5, update discussion possible action regarding Winoka Incubator project.
We just took care of what we had. I don't know, I think everything is, as far as I know, is good. Poe has been down and sprayed twice for us, from summer to fall, trying to help take care of the weed issue.
As far as I know, everything's fine. They have not contacted me about doing anything physically around there, so I think we're good.
That's a good sign.
We do-
Yes, it is.
We have their lease renewal to sign. We have to do it every year for our auditor, so. And it's just a renewal under the same terms and agreement. It doesn't change their schedule at all.
Sounds good. If there's nothing further on the Winoka Incubator project, we're gonna move on to item 6, update regarding Project ABOR. Pretty sure there's something to do there.
3 weeks ago, I guess, I went to Houston to the Shale Rail Conference, which this is what a lot of this data is. I printed out the presentation so you could look through them, but I do have them digitally that I can send to you. This was the best what I could do to come up with marketing material. We handed these out just as a little key card or whatever, and then if somebody really wanted to sit down and talk, then we handed these out. You're welcome to look at those. Visited with and sit-down conversations with 11 different companies. 4 of those will be coming to the turkey hunt. A lot of them are midstream companies, capital investment companies.
They're the ones that will utilize that type of facility to get on the rail, correct?
Correct.
Their
That will
transportation
fit them.
business.
That's exactly right. They're in getting it started and then going on to do the transloading. What was interesting is on the way home, then I was contacted by a wind company. So with the transmission line going in over here, we're going to have a lot more of that. So the diversity is good. One of the things that I found interesting from the rail conference and shipping by crude by rail is that in 2008, the total carload shipments of crude via rail on Class 1 railroads was 9,500. And the first quarter of 2013 was 97,135.
Man, it's a different.
That's a huge increase. They talked a little bit about tank car shortages, that there could be a tank car shortage. And a lot of that could be because of the mandates that they're bringing down because of the recent explosions, derailments and explosions, having to upgrade the tank cars. They said for each one of those tank cars to upgrade to meet their mandates, it'd be about $40,000 a car.
I'll say we build new ones right here, fill them up and send them.
That's what they're talking about. But rail, while it will not replace pipeline, there are places that pipeline will not go. What they really liked about our facility is the central location and possibly, bringing crude here and then being able to ship it to whichever refinery it needs to go to. Because we're in a good central location. So it might not necessarily be gathering the crude from here as it would be bringing it from somewhere else and having it being able to get to another market. The diversity and of being able to get to whichever one you want to go to is what they like about the rail. That, and there's no commingling of product. You're not shipping it through a pipeline that has a different grade in it. We talked to a group about a stripping facility, meaning that right now, by 2017, they're predicting that we're going to need to be exporting crude. That we're going to have that type of an abundance, and that's hard to get permitted for, to be able to ship crude, export it. But if you refine it in any way, so like a stripping facility to bring it to a different grade and take any component out, then you can export it. So that's something that one of the companies wanted to talk to us about, is establishing that type of facility here.
Move the salt water, we could export it.
So there's a lot of different things that weren't thought of prior to that are possible here. So it was good. It was very good. It's probably been better than I anticipated. Still lots of calls on frac sand. Really stressed that we need to build spurs off of our sidings into the park, and that was, some of these midstream companies are going to come and look at doing is help put in that infrastructure.
Well,
So,
don't, my mind, I assume several of them that are competing against each other are probably gonna partner up at some point to put that infrastructure in. Is am I
that's
looking at
kind
it
of what
wrong?
they're talking about. And it was,
And why do they put it in?
because
we don't have money.
We don't have the money
I
to
know,
do
but
it.
what's the benefit to them?
To be able to put that in, to be able to utilize the
I mean,
facility.
they're gonna come here and set up something and then they'll put the rail in, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they'll put the capital investment in it, recoup their investment, and lose the rail.
They
It's a
could
good
build
example.
facilities just like that. We already have our sidings here. If they want to come in and do that, 4 or 5 of them compete. They go together and build all that track and that loop.
The thing that they
But
really
then,
like.
then they get their money back as businesses come in and use it, you're saying?
Yeah, they're gonna use it
They're gonna use
themselves.
it themselves,
The midstream guys are only in transportation.
getting product from point A to point B, or bringing it to our facility and establishing some type of refine, whether it be a stripping facility, refinery, whatever, and then shipping it out another product. And the byproducts then are there for manufacturing, because a lot of the byproducts of what they take out can be used in other types of manufacturing.
We have two examples of it. I don't know to what extent their volume is, but Atlas down there and Sim Gas are both doing that, and they're trucking out a liquid in a non-pressurized trailer. To me, that's somebody that could put a pipeline 5 miles over there and utilize that block of track. You know, if they need 20 cars a week or whatever, he needs 30. Everybody be sharing on the same loop. I think the people are coming together.
Scary and exciting at the same time. And another thing that they really liked about the facility is the fact that they would be dealing with us, because their agreements with the Burlington Living is already in place. So any track or anything that had to be built, they would just be dealing with an industrial authority, rail authority. They wouldn't have to be working on getting an agreement with Burlington Living. So this is the first time we've really marketed the park, so I thought the response was really good.
This is what he handed out.
Yeah.
Get rid of.
That,
Yeah.
that,
You had any more of those?
would you like to take that one?
Like
Yes,
that?
you may take that one.
A little bit ahead of that now, aren't we?
Yeah, a little bit. Not far.
Stagecoach.
We should go back.
Yeah.
I'm seeking some additional grant funding to try and help put in more infrastructure. Now's the time to be doing it, because the deadlines are February and March. So,
Top rocks, for sure.
I wonder if the tank cars cannot, I'm surprised they haven't built one like the containers they have that just set on there and you just pick them up and move them over to a trailer, haul them off.
There you go, start drawing her out, and we'll find somebody that'll stamp it and let's get in business.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen out
I
there.
mean,
I see what you're saying exactly, a spine for the undercarriage and a tank that just lifts off, you never touch the product. You basically set it in a square container, or square frame. You're already seeing those stainless tanks on the rails, how the yellow square tubing frames around them, that's identical to what he's saying right there. And you can put them in,
if they're that many short on cars and you need to build some, I think you'd be building where you could
you just,
just lift it off there and set it on your truck to finish it over to the location it's going, or
the beauty of it is make it fit all the intermodal stuff that's already built, spine cars and
Especially
trailers
if you're gonna be-
and ships, everything.
Had that deal on TV the
yeah,
other
if
day.
you're gonna export it, you just lift
Turn
it right
the
over onto the
Thing
ship.
upside down and built the bottom part, and then they tip it over and set the rest of it on there, and that's it. But they build them, the wheels and the axles and all that, and the frame upside down, and then they whip her over and set the top on it, and away it goes. But
the
they-
new ones and stuff they're building, and that's mainly because of the heavy crude coming out of Canada, are heated tank and then heated and then the capsule over it. And that's kind of what they're looking at as far as the mandate, is making them upgrade to that, so taking the existing and putting the heat wrap and the capsule around it as protection.
I'll expand on that just a little bit. I went to a open house for a paving company that we do business with in Missouri, and they had their own boiler there that was fired with natural gas, if I remember right. And all the tank cars that come in there, the crude oil that they brought in, or not the crude oil, it was refined to a certain grade. It was so thick they couldn't get out of these cars without pumping steam through them to heat them up and get them going. It's a pretty interesting deal. And then they use their own science and mixed what we require in the paving industry. Is it Willow Springs? You might have heard of that. You know where that area is at, don't you?
Shot weddings. Shot weddings there.
So they try to keep that heated when they transport it on
No.
some cases.
It's cold once it's in the car. They let it cool off and then have to reheat it to get it out of the car. Not all of them, but some are. You know what's going to be in them.
Responsibilities. So that's all we have, just giving you a heads up. We
So
got
what-
interest, we finally started advertising.
We'll expect your design by the next meeting.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm not an engineer, sorry.
We'll find one that'll tackle that one. We just need a sketch on a napkin.
And it looks like
I
you've
can't
got
even do
5,
that.
6 partners.
I can see it up here, but I can't get it to there.
That's all it takes. I know exactly what you're saying. You just actually kind of got me thinking. Is there anything further we should discuss on Avard Rail Park other than brainstorming and making money here today?
Well, it looks like he had 6 partners.
Yeah. As far as I know, everything looks about normal out there and going the way it's supposed to from driving by. I
They've
think
been
that-
busy. They had the BN had the derailment on the A-Bard line over by Enid 1 week last month, which shut them down for 3 or 4 days running traffic on it.
There's a concrete plant out there, right?
Mhm.
Is that public use or does that all go
And
to?
it's part of that OG&E line, transmission line. That's where their concrete's coming from, that right there.
The first I heard it was dedicated strictly to that. I
And I
haven't.
haven't heard anything other than that right now. They would like to keep it after that, I believe. I mean, they're kind of talking about that, but right now it's strictly for that.
Well, how many lines are going in? I know there's 2 out west.
Mhm.
I don't know, you know. And then Western Electric is updating. They widened, doubled their right-of-way through there so they can put bigger poles and up the amps or voltage that they put over that transfer line. That's been there a long time, that old Western Electric has. Out of Anadarko.
Right.
This wood pole one's out here south of town? I hadn't heard that. If I remember
No,
right.
this is the one that goes through the double pole line that goes through off of 64. It's 4 miles. Right
Okay.
at 4 miles through there. Really 3.5. Just right goes through there.
If I remember right, Mike Ruby told us one time you can go to their website that talks about future expansion plans, and those maps are on there of what they're planning on doing. And I haven't looked at it for a couple of years since we've been dealing with this Woodward to Hartner deal.
I think it's this old project.
Yeah, Woodward to Thistle's the name of that one, the official name.
But a lot of them are putting up their own lines out there, a lot too. They've put a few miles of that.
Yes, we got a bunch of that in Woods County now.
And they got their own generators and everything, so they're not
Yeah,
relying
if
on.
we ever have another big ice storm, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
And it won't be it, it's just wind.
Yeah.
I think we've discussed Avard. We're done with that for today. Unless anybody has any serious questions, we're going to move forward. Item 7, a new business that should come before this board.
No new business. The Economic Development Committee, I might just tell you that, they are going to see about scheduling a tour of the Clean Harbor facility, and if you all would like to participate in that, they would welcome that. They're going to, I think Sandy and Alan Poe both were going to work on trying to get that scheduled. So as soon as they have a date set, I'll let you all know if
Just-
you'd like to.
Will this be at Avard or Lone Mountain?
Now, I don't know. Maybe both.
Okay, I was just curious.
Maybe both, because they want to see the whole thing. So, anyway, and they have a couple little projects that they're working on. Maybe coming to this board to run as a pass-through for some funding. But I don't have that at this time.
So I guess that's basically item 8, WCEDC update then.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Kind of got them all mixed together there.
Yeah.
Is there anything further on item 8?
I don't think so.
Anybody have any questions of her for item number 8?
Move to adjourn.
Second. Roll call vote, Bob?
Yeah.
Rick?
Yes.
Bryce?
Yes.
Mike? Motion adjourned, 8:30.